Hello subscribers. I have not been very active on YouTube since I made this account back in August of 2006. Over the time, I have got a few subscribers, 665 to be exact. Not much, considering how long I have been on here. But to those that subscribe, I wish to say, thanks. That also goes for those of you that are undoubtedly affiliated with any one of the unconstitutional alphabet government agencies. Hopefully, you will see the error of your ways and recognize the abomination that is Washington, D.C. It has become a leviathan, unlike any other the world has ever known. Modern-day America has seen great advancement, not only for America, but also mankind. American society has become so spoiled and lazy with advancement of technology, that we have become complacent. That is one of the many things our founders warned us of. Public schools do not teach the founding principles of our nation anymore. You can thank the unconstitutional Department of Education for that. I remember growing up in elementary school, in choir class, the teacher would sit us down a few times a month and put on the same cartoon, over and over, on one of those old, real, projectors. The cartoon was of the Revolutionary War, and the tall tale of Paul Revere riding through the streets yelling, "The British are coming, the British are coming." Of course, I would later find out, that wasn't exactly the way it really happened. But, nevertheless, at least back then, we were watching stories of our nation's founding. I would give anything to see that cartoon again. I agree, wholeheartedly, with the philosophical founding of our nation. But since the beginning, the Constitution has been under brutal attack. More so the last 100 years, especially more recently with the advent of the microprocessor. I can only imagine what would have happened to our ancestors, if Abraham Lincoln had access to the technology that exists today. I do not wish to get into a debate over Lincoln. However, I will say this. He was the only president to raise an army, invade his own nation, slaughter 700,000 of his own people, incarcerate politicians, journalists, and plain citizens, that dissented with his dictatorial, unconstitutional actions. Now he has monuments all over this nation, saying what a good man he was. The invention of GPS navigation is convenient, yes. But with all the recent government history of unconstitutional, warrantless, spying on American citizens, do you think it would be a stretch to say that the FBI, NSA, CIA, and DHS are already doing that with our vehicles? Even our cell phones? I don't think so. Today's federal government has more power, and more tools to track us, listen to us, read our electronic communication, and bank transactions, than they would have even imagined just a decade ago. The average American has absolutely no idea what's going on. Nor would they probably understand the ramifications of this enough to do anything. Of course, you will have the "I'm not doing anything wrong, so I don't care" crowd. Well, I'm sure the Japanese Americans thought that too, before they were herded off to internment camps. So what's the purpose of this video? To tell you that if you have a GPS or cell phone, use them as sparingly as possible. Cell phones alone give the federal government access to private conversations without you even knowing. Stay away from social networking sites as much as possible. How many of those, quote, friends, unquote, are working for one of the alphabet federal agencies? And if you have your real-life friends and family on there, guess what? They already know everything about you. In the not-too-distant future, the Antichrist will use these tools to track down Christians, constitutionalists, and all dissidents. And unless you live in the wilderness, you will be very easy to find. So in closing, thanks for being a subscriber. And embed in your brain what Daniel Webster said. For it is prophetic. Hold on, my friends. to the Constitution and to the Republic for which it stands. Miracles do not cluster, and what has happened once in 6,000 years, may not happen again. Hold on to the Constitution. For if the American Constitution should fail, there will be anarchy throughout the world. Daniel Webster.